Hello there. Hi, it's Sue. I am going to be with you in just a moment, so hang in there. Just have to share this to a couple of places and we'll get ready to start. If you're just hopping in, be sure to say hello. If you are new, I really want to know where you're watching from. And be sure to hit that SHARE tab on your computer or your mobile device. Thank you. Okay, let me switch my cameras a little bit. And I can say hello to you. Hi, everybody. I know I'm a little later than usual going live tonight, but I've had some things going on today. Couldn't quite wrap my head around it, so I'm a little late getting started, but I think it's going to be worth it because I have a really, really cool project to share with you tonight that was inspired by a friend of mine who I was fortunate enough to spend a little time in Maui with the last week or so. So I just want to be sure that everything is working correctly. I did switch back to my old method of using 2 cameras tonight because the project that I'm working on is kind of on the small side, and I wanted you to be able to see all of the details that I'm doing as I'm working. So if you can hear me, just let me know that you can and make sure everything's working correctly. I would appreciate it. Just say hello, say I can hear you, whatever you like. Just let me know what you can see and hear. There is a little bit of a delay, so if I don't see you right away, I will soon. So I'm going to switch my camera so that you can see both me as well as my face, and we'll get this going. Whoops, hold on. I have to reach really far across this table, and these short arms do not help. See what I mean? There we go. All right, once again, if you wouldn't mind hitting that SHARE tab, we like to say sprinkle. Some people think that Facebook doesn't like that word that I have on my table right now, so we just say sprinkle instead. So thank you for sprinkling my videos. It really helps grow my audience. So without further ado, what do you think of this? This is our new vintage truck cutout, and just a few minutes ago it was beautiful pristine white, but I wanted to make a grungy truck. I want this to be kind of a boho chic look, and I am borrowing an idea from that friend of mine who did something so cute. I thought you guys would love it. So I'm going to be starting with the base, and our new vintage truck transfers are available now. I'm going to be using my old one. I want to show you this transfer. I have had this for 3.5 years, and I use it all the time. I can't even believe it still works. One of these days, I keep saying this, it's just not going to work anymore. It's not going to stick, it's going to tear, something's going to happen, but so far, so good. I have made dozens, literally dozens of trucks with this one transfer. So, we typically would do a solid body. This is the base of the truck that would be done first, with the details after. And a lot of times we would do this in just a solid color, or we would do something like a mini buffalo plaid, which are darling, but I wanted to try something a little bit different this time. And so we're gonna get this going. So first things always, you want to try to remember to write on the back of your transfers. And some of you always know why I do that, but in case you're new and you wonder why she's writing on the back of the transfer carrier sheet, the number one reason is because after you've used this transfer, as I said, you will wash it, dry it with the sticky side up, and this side is sticky, and you want to reattach it to this shiny slick side of the paper just to keep it safe so that you can use it again. If you happen to reattach it to the back side, it's more of a matte finish, excuse me, and there's a pretty good chance that your transfer will stick to that really, really tightly, and it'll be hard to get it off. So that's my number one reason for writing on the back. So I'm just going to remove this from its carrier sheet. I'm not going to need to fuzz this because, as I said, it's been used so many times that I can't even count how many. I want to kind of hold this up to the light so I can make sure I have it in the right spot and that it's pretty straight. Just holding it up to the light usually works. It's a good thing I did that because I am not straight on here. My bumper's falling off. Let's pull this up a bit higher too. And we'll see how that goes. A little bit higher. Sometimes it's a shot in the dark, but we're going to work on it. So you guys got to tell me hello and let me know that you can hear me. That would just, I really appreciate that. And that looks pretty darn good. I'm going to move it just a hair to the right. though. I meant a hair, and I really did move it just a hair. So you're going to smooth down your transfer so that it's nice and flat. You want to make sure there are no bumps, bubbles, or folds in your transfer. When you're using a larger a transfer that has a larger opening like this, sometimes you will see a bit of a wave while you're moving your hand across it. It's normal when there's a large opening. You just have to be careful that you don't stretch it. So, okay, so I've got that down, and I'm going to go in with some white chalk paste and cover this whole area with white. Chalk paste is actually chalk. It's not paint at all. This one needs a little drink. It goes on hard, dries in a matter of minutes, but it is water soluble. So if you are using it on something like a chalkboard, a window, or a mirror, when you want to change out your design, you just wet it down and scrub it off. Because I'm using it on wood, which is a porous surface, meaning the chalk paste will actually sink into the grain of the wood, it's really, really hard to get it all off. So I would consider it permanent. You can seal your projects with a spray matte spray sealer. There's Krylon, and there's, what's the other one called? Rust-Oleum. Lots of different kinds that you can choose from. I prefer the matte finish because we're working with chalk, I like it to have that chalky look, and if you spray it with something shiny, it just kind of changes the whole feel of your project. So I like the matte sealer. All right, so this is pretty good. I'm down to the bottom of my jar here. So I'm kind of grabbing at the edges and pulling in as much as I can. You want to try to get it as smooth as you can and incorporate all of the oils and pigments. So that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to take one of our small squeegees, put some chalk dust on here, and just scoop some of that out and spread it all over the screened area, just like you would be buttering toast. So just start anywhere you want and just pull it across your design. I want to leave my wheels uncovered with white because I want to do those in a different color. Actually, I think I am going to do them in white. I'm thinking about that. We'll do those in white too. So as you can see, it's really, really simple. You don't have to stay in the lines. You can start with a thick coat of chalk if you want to until you're comfortable using it. I always recommend that you use more chalk than you actually need because all of the excess chalk goes right back into the jar. So it's all covered, and I'm going to go right back over it and scoop off all the excess and just scrape it onto the edge so we can use that another time. There we go. If while you are watching you have any questions, even if you're watching this on replay, just jot them in the comments and I will certainly get back to you. Okay, as soon as you've got a nice thin coat on there, you're going to pull your transfer away. Nice and easy. You don't want to rip it off like a Band-Aid, but just nice and easy. Like that. So I've got a couple areas here that didn't cover completely, and that doesn't really bother me, especially with this chalk. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it a little better because I'm going for that kind of old chippy paint look to it. So I think it's fine. You see it right there. I'm pointing out my flaws to you. How's that? It's good. All right, I'm going to dry this for a minute or two. I'm using our new drying tool by Club Couture. It has a high and a low setting, but what's nice about this drying tool, it's a little quieter than my hair dryer, of course, but it's also the heat is set so that it can't burn your chalk, your hands, or melt your transfers. So that's a really, really good thing. So we're going to get this nice and dry before we move on to the next step because we're going to be doing a layering. And when you're layering, you want to be sure that your layers are very, very dry. So the color that I just used is bright white chalk paste, in case you're wondering. Most of the products that I'm going to be using tonight are in a link in the description of this live. You can actually click on the link and go to a cart where everything that you will need is in there. There's a couple colors of chalk paste that I don't have in stock right now, but you can use what you have or improvise with another color if you want to. You can also remove things in that cart that you might already have at home, so you don't have to buy everything that's in there. I always do recommend, though, that you grab a catalog if you don't have one already, because those are awesome to have. Get a little dish from my junk here. All right, next, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be using a transfer that I used last night. Can you believe that? And this is our Club Couture Transfer for March. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. So yesterday I finished making a sign that said Wild and Free, and I used animal prints on it, and it came out really cute. I made it for my grandsons, although my daughter wants for her room now. I'm kind of surprised. But I used this transfer. Hi, Cindy. We're making trucks tonight. So we're going to be using Wild and Free, and I'm going to be using the flowers from Wild and Free on the truck. So wait and see how cute this looks. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some painting tape, and you can use washi tape, or you can use what's it called? Washi tape. Washi tape. People that do paper crafts will know what I mean by washi tape. You can also use blue painter's tape, and I didn't put it in my cart, but I actually have this in my shop as well, on my online shop, so you can grab some there. It's only a couple bucks, and it'll last you a good long time. And what I'm doing is I'm masking off areas that I don't want to be floral, because we're going to put flowers instead of that mini buffalo plaid all over the base of this truck. It's going to be so cute. So thanks for popping in, Cindy. How's it going today? I'm just going to mask around some of the edges of my truck here, because I don't want flowers on my wheels. Of course not, right? Let's just go in there a little bit. And I'm just bending the tape in a curve to go around that part. Nothing real fancy about it. Just bending it. This just protects it from getting paste where I don't necessarily want paste, right? We've done this before. Cindy, I saw some pictures of you today on Facebook. It looked like you were directing traffic or something. I wasn't sure what it was you were doing, and I didn't have a chance to read it, so you'll have to fill me in later. Pretty cute. Not too many ladies can carry off a yellow vest like that. So let's go up and around the wheel here. We've never done a floral truck before, so this is going to be fun. I think you're going to like it. Masking just takes a little time, but it's worth it. It'll keep our wheels nice and clean. Almost done. So yeah, I didn't tell anybody I was going live tonight. I told you last night, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to today. But here I am. Here I am. You getting used to that time change yet? We got back from Maui Wednesday, so we had jet lag to begin with, and then we had to turn the clocks a little bit, so I feel like my rhythms are all messed up. Sorry, I'm off the grid here. All right, so we've got that pretty well masked off, and I wasn't too fussy about it. We'll see how it goes. But what I'm going to do, I've used this transfer before, but I'm going to lay it on top of my truck body, rather, and we are going to chalk some flowers on here. This is going to be so stinking cute. My friend's was anyway, that's for sure. So the colors that I'm going to be using, I'm using sage for the leaves. I should check my jars, of course. It wasn't you? I thought it was you, Cindy. Huh. I could have sworn it was you. Okay, I'm using sage. I'm using shimmer melon, which is a brand new color. Super, super pretty. These, by the way, come with a foam lid. And from what I understand, it's a good idea to keep that foam piece and put it back on top of your paste when you're done with it. So I will do that. This is beautiful, creamy, dreamy, our new formula. I love it. Feels so much nicer than the old formula, which is usually nice too, but lately we've had some problems with our chalks, but this looks great. And I'm also using peony or peony, depending on where you live. I always say that because I don't know. So I think I'm going to do the leaves first. And I'm going to use a very small squeegee. This is actually a mini squeegee that I cut in half just for details like this. But you know, really I could be using one of these. Maybe I will. I'll just use this instead. This is our detail tool. And it's got, I'm sorry, this is a multi-tool. I get them confused. It's got a very small squeegee on one end, and the other one has a hook on it. And it's great for stirring up your jars of paste. And this cleans under the edge, so it's really a great tool to have. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that sage green and cover the leaves. The tape will help keep it away from the areas that I don't want to get paste on. See a little bit right there that I missed, of course. I'm going to leave that on thick and just scrape it off after when we're done. And I'm also going to go over here and do this set of leaves as well. My husband doesn't understand why we are so obsessed with these trucks, especially when we decorate the bodies of them. He can't understand why there would be a buffalo plaid truck, or he'll definitely not understand floral trucks, but that's okay. All is well. So I'm just dabbing on a little bit of each of these colors, and then I'm going to blend them together with my squeegee. Oops, I need some more of that. Just kind of dotting it on. We're doing our hot mess technique here. So you're going to have peony and melon colored flowers. So let's get a squeegee over here, and we'll just kind of spread this around. No, don't have to stay inside the line, but I am avoiding the green if I can. You can add more paste if you think you need it. Absolutely okay. So my friend that did this, I was so impressed with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to try that. I thought you would love it. So we are going to do it like she did. It's kind of a peachy pink color, really pretty. Very springy too. Okay, one more flower and we'll scrape off that green and pull this, and we'll finish up the other parts of the body. Okay, scrape that off. And one of the nice things about doing this style, like that boho style, is that it's meant to look a little bit rustic and not perfect at all. So there we go. So cute. So I'm going to move along and do the back of the truck with these flowers. I don't think I'm going to need any, let's see, do I have any leaves? Kind of want some leaves on there as well. There we go. We'll go this way. And we'll do that hot mess technique one more time. Hi, Kadena. Girl, I'm so proud of you. You are doing so well. She's a new designer on my team, and she is just rocking it. I don't know if she knows that, but she is. I'm really proud of you. So yes, this was inspired by one of someone on my leader team that is a terrific artist. So I loved what she did, so I'm sharing it with you guys too. So this is called, in case you're just hopping in, this is called our hot mess technique. And what I just did was I went and put little dots of peony and melon on top of these flowers and blended them together with my squeegee. And I'm using sage for the leaves. I'm so excited to see how this comes out. Okay, let's pull it. Really cute. All right, let's get one more set of flowers down the other end. Move that. see, here we go. That's perfect. And I'll move it up a little bit, like that. Okay, got lots of color on here. It's gonna be nice. Hey Tara, how are you? I was just talking about you with Kim today. You got a great upline, I gotta tell you, she's awesome. Love her. All right, got my pink on there. Let's go with some melon. I keep wanting to call this coral, and I know it's melon. You know what I mean. And let's go back in there with the sage for the leaves, and we'll blend that all together. So did you see how I dotted the colors on there? I know some of you guys are new, relatively new, so it is really nice that we can learn from each other. I learned this project from another designer, and when I first started as a designer, there weren't very many designers to learn from. So it was a lot of hit and miss with techniques and making sure things worked correctly. But now that there are lots of designers around, never enough, but it's always nice that we can share our projects with each other. So that looks good. I'm going to peel that back. Look at those flowers. I think I might put one more little flower on the bumper here, because we can, right? Let's put one more. Kind of sitting on the bumper. So I'm just tapping color on there. Oops. And we blend it together with the squeegee. There we go. There's one there. Think we need any more? Let's go one more right here. I could just keep on going, right? one more here, one more there. I'm just going to use what's on my squeegee. It's a tiny little flower. There. And I might as well put one here too, because why not? I'm just using what's on my squeegee because these are itty bitties. So that feels pretty even. What do you think? I know you're dying for me to take that tape off, aren't you? All right, so we're gonna start peeling this tape off, and this is just painter's tape. And again, you can use washi tape, you can use painter's tape. We also have our tapes in our on our website, so you can grab some there too. I do use it here and there, but I really love it for masking. I'll pull this up close so you can see it. Where do we add the details? Oh my gosh, I was so excited when I saw her do this project. And you could do this with any kind of texture or floral or any kind of pattern that you have. It doesn't have to be this one, but this one is our Club Couture Transfer from March. Let me hold that up a little bit so you can see it. She's gonna be cute. Thanks, Cindy. All right, let's dry this for a minute before we start adding some more layers. So, as I was saying before, we do have a new chalk paste formula, and one of the important things to know about it is that it does take a little bit longer to dry. Not a lot, but if you've ever used our shimmer paste before, you will know that that does have a little bit of a longer drying time, and it's about the same amount of time. I'm really loving this so far. The next thing we're going to add is all the detail. All right, let me clean up my little stir sticks and close my jars. You want to try to keep your jars covered as much as you can. Air is what dries them out and makes you add all the watering, all that stirring. So just keep them tightly closed as much as you can. Okay. I'm going to have a lot of things to wash tonight. All right, so the next layer is going to be all of the detail for this truck. I think I might do this in 2 steps, actually. Yeah. All right, let me think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tape off this truck again and do this in 2 different colors. So that'll be different. If you were just hopping in, take note of this truck transfer, how many times I've used it. Cindy, you've been there a few times and seen me, so you know that I've used this a whole lot of times. So let's get my tape back out, and I'm going to really, really quickly tape off part of this truck. And it's just going to be the front. I think. Yeah. Tape this off. Just putting this down really, really gently. A little more firm than that, but pretty gently. I don't want to pull up that paste that's already there. But what I think I'm going to do is the hood of the truck and the cab in that pink color. Because why not? Right? All right. Done. So we're going to get that transfer on it again. And the way that I line this up is I use the tires as my guide. There's a circle in the center. Let me see if you can see it right there. And I try to put that right in the center of the wheel. And that is usually exactly where it needs to be. Like so. I really could have put that tape on the top, huh? Maybe I will. I'm a little nervous I'm going to pull this up. So this transfer hardly feels sticky at all, you guys. I just want you to know that. And that is because I've used it 5,000 times. Not that many, but I don't want to make any false claims, right? All right, I'm going to tape the front of this instead for now. Right about there. A little bit more. Got another curve here. When I have a curve, I just kind of bend the paper, the tape rather. That. A little bit here. That's good. And I want to put a little bit here too. So I'm just going to do this front part in pink. Pink, pink, pink. My husband will say, pink trucks, really? He's very literal about things like that. Why the heck not, right? All right, we got our peony back out and a clean squeegee. The other one has 2 different colors on it. So there's not a lot of stick on my transfer anymore, but it's still working. At least I hope so. So let's scoop out a good portion of that peony and just start spreading it over the design. Yeah, it's not sticking a heck of a lot here. This might be the last time. How many times have I said that I will be able to use this transfer? I'm kind of like challenging fate here using it again. But if it doesn't come out great, it's okay because it's that shabby chic look and it'll be good. All right, I think we are done. Let's peel that back. Where do I have a messy pile of sticky stuff over here? And we're going to dry this up. Ah, yep, it bled in the window. I'm going to try to clean that up really quick. Grab some Q-tips if I have some over here. I usually keep them close by, but it'll be right now that I can't find them. There. Okay, let's clean up that window a little bit. I could actually see that happening. So if I can do this while it's still wet, that's the best case scenario. So I'm just going to kind of scoop it off with my Q-tip. Not bad. One more. I'm going to dampen it this time. Kadena, I love this transfer. I love this one. I've made lots and lots of trucks. As a matter of fact, I had before the big C hit, which is Camp COVID, by the way, I had a club that would meet once a month, and we would redesign our chalkboards every month using the vintage truck design, and they were so much fun. We had a great time. So hopefully someday we can get back at that. But if you have a chance to grab the transfers that have all of the different seasons, grab it. I think there's 1 or 2 still left on our website. I like the new ones too, but I think the old ones were so versatile. There were so many things on them. They were big transfers. Dries pretty quickly. I'll bring it up close so you can watch. Isn't it cute? A little bit right here, damp. All right. We will call that done. Now, we are going to reposition that truck back up here. And you know what? I think I'm going to clean the back of this before I do that, because it does have some chalk right on the back here that is going to end up all over it like it did last time. So let's clean that up a little bit. And we're going to do the detail on here next. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now it's all over the table. I got this. All right, so it shouldn't be too hard to line this up again. Again, I always start by looking at the wheels, and everything else sort of falls into place. Most of the time, anyway. That looks about right there. So I'm going to put some light pressure on here. Just stuck my hand in some wet paste. Get a paper towel. Oh yeah, Cindy. Gotta have one. All right, so all the detail that I'm going to do, I'm going to be using gold, and it's a shimmer color. It's going to be so pretty. This is kind of that boho look with the pinks and golds and corals. I think it's going to look really nice. So let me give this a stir if I can find my stir sticks. I'm kind of a messy crafter. You love me anyway, though, right? All right. I don't know what it is about these shimmers, but they always just stay gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to be using a small squeegee for this, and I'm going to go over, I think I'm going to go over all of the details except the upper part of the truck. I don't really need to go there, but anything below the pink I'm going to go over. So because I'm layering and my transfer isn't super sticky, I think this is it, guys. Just use a nice, you want to push through the screen, but don't push too hard. You don't want it to reactivate the paste underneath it. Just a nice gentle touch. I'm going to do the back of it here too. There's like little running boards, which will look cute in gold. Looks like my truck was a little bit higher than it should have been on my surface, but it's okie dokie. Sure is. Cindy, how many vintage trucks have you made so far? You've made a few with me. And probably a few on your own too. Oops. Oh my gosh, I gotta retire this transfer. I have totally gotten my money's worth out of it. Without a doubt. Okay, check out that. That line looks pretty clean there. And I'm going to peel this back nice and slow in case I need to fix anything while I'm working. All right. Oops, I see a spot already. Okay. Here we go. Oh, guys. Oh my gosh. It's really cute. Looks like a little old rusty truck, which is just what I wanted. You've only done 3? That's pretty good. So let me hold this up so you can see a little up close. It's kind of, let me see. It's kind of hard to see the gold detail. Hold on. There we go. It's kind of hard to see the gold detail, but they're there. They're there. All right, I'm going to dry this quick, and then we're going to put something on the back of this truck. And we're going to do a base for it to stand on. So. This really would have looked cute on a white truck too, the wood. But I just wanted to do something different this time. And I really like this. The colors are super cute. Alright. I'm just going to set this aside to dry while we work on some other parts. So I'll put this over here for now. And I can look at it and see how cute it is too. It is cute. So one of the other things that you can buy for the vintage truck set are these blocks that you can use for titles and things. And your truck, you're able to stand it on top of it like this. So it's a really cute sign. You'll see it when it's all together. But we're gonna go back to using that Wild and Free transfer, which again is our Club Couture transfer for this month. If you are not part of the club yet, you have, let's see, just the rest of the month to get it. So join us. So I'm going to put and in the middle, and I'm going to work Wild and Free on either side of that first. And I'm going to use the shimmer gold for the letters. I'm going to grab a smaller squeegee. I'm going to be up all night washing squeegees tonight. And we'll take some of our gold and just spread it on the word and, the sign and symbol. What would you call that? It's an ampersand. I guess it's a symbol, not a letter. It's a little tight in here, so I'm being careful. Trying not to get it on that leaf. Okay, got it. Okay, let's move that. There's our little and we'll dry this up a little bit. So here it is so far. We're getting there. All right, good enough, I think. If it's not, we'll know about it, right? Okay, so we're gonna do the word wild in front of there. I'm just kind of checking how far it is from the edge and how far it is from the ampersand. Looks like the right place right there. And this one, the L is, it's got a kind of a hanging down swoop, and I cannot get the whole thing on there. Maybe if I tip it a little bit. Let's try that. Nah. We might cut off a little bit of that little swirl down there, but that's okay. It's okay. Now let's do wild. So this is the second project in a row that I've done using our Club Couture transfer. I've seen the next one too, and it's pretty cute. So our club members, since you've asked, no you didn't, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about our club. If you are a member of the club, you get a transfer of this size. This is called a B-size transfer. You get it mailed to you every single month with 3 paste packet singles, which are kind of like large ketchup packs of, oops, I gotta clean that off, of chalk paste. And you get instructions written and video instructions on one way that you can use it. Lately, we've been showing videos of a couple more ways that you can use it, usually 3. And then I like to go live and show you a couple more ways. So I'm on my second turn using this transfer. Maybe I'll even think of a third one. But I love the versatility that we have with our stuff. So it's $19.99 a month. You get free shipping on your club orders. And I'm going to fix that a little bit right here. It's probably still wet. Got it. You also get flat rate shipping of $4.95 for any order. We have monthly specials. What else? You get a free catalog every time we have a large product launch, which is wonderful. And you get to see all kinds of fun things you can do with your transfer. Oh, you got your freebie today? Isn't that nice? Were you surprised? I hope you like that. So I just got my my club transfer last week. Shipping has been super slow. And it's not just our warehouse, it is also just shipping in general. It's been rough. Alright, let's get free on here. Then we're going to do that back part of the chuck that goes right here. What do you think we're going to do with that? Any ideas? Free on here. This one's got one of those hanging down letters too. Okay. Well, looks like it's going to go off the edge too. Ah, my nose is itchy. Yes. I'm really grateful that they the company did that. They sent all of our club members a free A-size transfer this month and samples of our new chalk paste. So I think Cindy, you said that you used them before. You've got some already. Was that you or was it somebody else? And they really loved them. Creamy dreamy. This is really coming together cute. It's one of those projects you can just take your time and do it and not rush. Just enjoy the process, right? Alright, I think we are done with our gold. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, we're going to put one more thing on there because you have to. I'm thinking about going over this ampersand with another color. I like it, but I think it needs to be a little bit more fun. Okay. want to do that. I'm just going to lay this on top again and do it with another color. I'm thinking if I go over it with pink, it'll be that rose gold kind of color. I guess we're going to find out. Are you ready? All right. This might be a bust, but we'll see. We'll find out. It'll probably blend together and be a combination of a pink and the gold. So hopefully it'll be that rose gold color. I love that color. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off on my paper towel because I did get some gold in it. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like it. Just added a little bit of something. We'll dry this. And cover my chucks while we're doing this. Alright, I'm going to add one more thing on here. I think it'll look nice. I'm just going to put this ampersand back on top. I'm not going to do the ampersand, but I'm going to do the little leaves beside it because I think they're really cute. So overlap those letters just a tiny bit. We'll do them in the sage green. Almost done. So I could put some Easter eggs in the back of this chuck, but I want it to be something that you could use all year round and not just for Easter. So I'm not going to do that, but I could. So when you buy the accessory pieces for the chuck cutout, and I'm sorry I can't think of exactly what they're called right now, they come with, again, this big block sign, as well as, oh yeah, that looks good, as well as 2 different wood pieces that look like this. And on this one you can either put a Christmas tree or you can put Valentine's on it, but I'm going to do something different tonight. So here's our Wild and Free. Came out pretty fun. And we've got our chuck all done, but we're going to work on the back part next. That'll go on top of the chuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue some sphagnum moss on here as well as some flowers. And hopefully you guys won't get to see me cry because I burned my fingers on hot glue. Wouldn't it be the first time? So I've got some moss here. The moss, by the way, you can pick this up at your local store. That everything costs the same amount. We'll just say that. I'm going to cut this a little bit. This stuff is messy. But I'm going to glue, I guess I won't cut it. I'm going to glue some of this on top of here, and then we're going to add some flowers and some greens. My glue gun has been giving me problems lately. For some reason I have to manually push the glue through, which is a pain. This actually has a real stick in it. Okay, let's try not to get too burnt on here. Like so. I'm going to trim it a little bit too because that's pretty good. Alright, so let's grab the chuck. I'll be cleaning up this grass for a week. That's going to go on top here, like so. It just picks on and off. You could move it anytime you want to. But I've got some flowers. My whole pot of flowers wants to tip over. Getting hiccups for some reason. Alright, so I've got these peachy colors. And I've got some of them in pink. And I've also got some tiny white flowers that I thought would look cute tucked in there, as well as some some of these that I actually like the leaves from, because it's kind of that soft lamb's ear kind of leaf. Let me see if I had anything else in there that I thought would work. I guess that's all. Oh, I have these. I also have some of this greenery. So let's play with this and make it look cute. So I'm going to have to use some pretty tiny pieces in here. So get my scissors. Let's start by doing some of these little peachy flowers. They're so sweet. We'll just glue them and tuck them in here. We'll fill this in. Ow, I burnt myself. Jeez. I actually have these little finger caps for gluing. Let's see if they work. We'll try that tonight. And cut a couple more of these. I think they're going to work, but it makes it a little harder to push things in. Yeah, that didn't work. All right, these make it harder. Don't buy them. All right. I didn't need fingerprints anyway, right? Yeah, that should stick. Let me put one more set of these. You're always supposed to use sets of 3, right? That's what they tell me. Unless it's poison ivy, leaves of 3, or clusters of 3 when you're working with flowers, plants. Got those. Let's try some pink ones in there. We're just kind of filling in. Cut these a little smaller so they're not so wild looking. They're a little bit bigger than the peachy ones, so they show up a little more. So you definitely could do these in like a polka dot. I just got glue on my truck. A polka dot print, or the plaid like we've done for a long time. Always is beautiful. What else would you use? Polka dots. You could do a polka dot truck. You could do, no, we got really anything. Let's put a little bit longer pink one up top there. I'm not a florist by any means. We're just trying to fill in some space here. Make it look like it's full of flowers going to the market or something. Okay, one more bunch right here. Let's see how that looks. Oops. Yeah, it's getting filled. All right, let's put some of these little white guys in there. And then we'll fill in with some of those, the little greenery things we have. Is there anybody new that's watching tonight? Y'all being so shy. We won't bite you. All right, so we've got our nice bunch of flowers here. I do think it needs some greenery though. Needs a little bit of something, something. Let's see these. These look like they'd be too big. Yeah, they're too big for this set of flowers. Maybe another time though. So I'll use some of these and just kind of tuck them in here and there, like we did before. What I'll do is tomorrow I will take this upstairs and take some nice pictures with the sunlight on them. They always look nice in by my back door, especially near my fireplace. A gorgeous lighting right there. Oops, that didn't go in. Now it's in. Let's see how that looks. It just looks like a truck full of flowers going to market or something. So cute. Thought I had another sprig of that. Guess I used it. All right, so here's what we got, folks. Let me clean this off a little bit. We'll slide that. Glue strings everywhere. So we've got our truck. Let me back up my camera. And there you can see it all together. Our wild and free vintage truck. That was really, really fun to make. It's your first time, Tara? Oh my gosh, well, welcome. Mahalo, I guess I should say. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry that I didn't get to meet you in Maui. It still bothers me, but my husband and I do something special every spring that I think I'm gonna be able to send you a sample of. So you'll have to watch your mail. I'll let you know when it's coming so you can watch for it. But thank you so much. She lives in Maui and she's on my team. And if you don't know that already, she came to the hotel where we were staying at our conference, not a conference, but our incentive trip, and I was not able to see her. I really, really wanted to meet her, but some other day we will definitely meet. So there is our project tonight. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. I really think this is a keeper. I think it's a keeper. And I think using the Wild and Free Club Couture Transfer made it so special and beautiful. So I really hope you enjoyed it too. That is what I have for you tonight. Oh, look at you. I will be back, I think, tomorrow night. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go live. I do have a leader call at 9 o'clock, so I might not be able to get it in. I actually have a couple of meetings and a big appointment tomorrow that I have to take care of. So I'm not sure I'll be here tomorrow, but I'll try to put a notice up if I am. I like to be able to give you the heads up that I'll be live. Tonight I wasn't sure I would be able to, so I didn't. But here we are. I'm glad that you are here too. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night. If you have any questions, pop them into the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. If you're interested in signing up for that Club Couture, there's a link in the description of this event above. There's also a link for most of the products that I used tonight, so you want to check that out. And if you go to that link and you see that there are certain things that you don't need, you can just take them right out of the cart and shop from whatever you want to. And don't forget to add a catalog if you don't have one. That's what I have. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Have a great night. Bye now.